Alright guys, this is today's new project. It's time to change out that skimmer to this new baby. So the Nio skimmer, like I said, it's kind of been having its issues. It's since day one. I've been having many issues, one of which is if the power shuts off or you turn the skimmer off, when you turn it back on, it doesn't automatically come back on. You actually have to blow into the airline to get it to start again. Contacted Ecotech many times and all they do is tell me the same story. Clean the pump, which I already did before I reached out to them, and it still doesn't fix it. Also, another problem that I've had with it, that's the most annoying problem of all, is the skimming, the foam never stays in the skimmer cup. So it's always a nasty mess when you're trying to clean up the skimmer. You end up, the foam gets everywhere on the outside. You try to grab and unconnect the skimmer cup and it's all over you, it's all slippery. And I just, after a little over a year of it, I just had enough and it was time to change it. I've used the Reef Octopus skimmers before when I had a big tank. I actually still have a large SRO 5000 external skimmer in the garage from my old setup from back in the day. So I know how good they were or are. So I ended up getting this baby for the Peninsula. So it's an Elite 200 internal skimmer. So hopefully it's gonna run a lot better than the Nios. It's time for the Nios to go. I can't trust it when I'm not home. If the power goes out or for whatever reason shuts off and then the power comes back on, it doesn't restart by itself. And just I'm sick of dealing with that mess that I have to deal with every time I want to empty out the skimmer cup. Don't get me wrong, it skims very well. The only problem is a lot of the skimming foam gets outside that stupid skimmer cup, and I've just had enough of it. So I finally bit the bullet and got this baby. So today's project is getting this in that tank and seeing how it does. So let's get started. Alright, as you can see, that was pretty much simple enough. The skimmer is definitely huge. If you have enough dough to fork up for the version with the pump inside, it'll definitely take up a lot less room, but with the pump outside it definitely takes up more room, so things are going to be a little tight fit in the sump under the Peninsula. My fuge is basically useless since I carbon dose. So if I have to, I will remove the center chamber or the center divider in there and take whatever remainder of the Chateau I have in there out to fit this. But let's see if I can fit it without having to do that first. But I'm thinking that's probably going to be necessary, just looking at the size of this thing. But anyways, excited to get it in there, see how much better it does. Skimmer's definitely more massive than the other one, but as you can see, it comes with the Varios S4 pump, which is adjustable, so you can adjust the the power level and how much air, how much bubbles are going in there and how much flow is going through the pump, and try to tune it to the setup and get a perfect level for the skimmet that you want. But the install is easy, step by step. The instructions, this is basically the instructions. You could just follow the diagram. It's very simple, nothing complicated. You just basically connect everything based on the pictures. It's nothing too hard. Anybody can do it. So now let's get this baby in and see what we have to adjust in the sump to make it fit. Alright, so we got it in. Please excuse the dirty sump and frag tank. There's not really much in it right now, but I just need to clean the glass. It's just built up. It's time to do a deep cleaning on this sump soon, which is why I have it in. It's a tight fit right now. This is not how it's going to stay. Like I said, I'm going to get rid of this fuge and this fuse light, get it out of here and get rid of the divider. This way I can have more space here. Like I said, I do carbon dose no pox currently. I've done, not on this tank, but like vinegar and vodka before, but on this tank I do no pox. So the fuge doesn't, I started no pox anyways because the fuge wasn't performing that great, but the fuge right now is basically useless on this thing. So I'm going to take whatever's remaining of the Chateau out and get rid of it, and just make this area bigger so I can fit more stuff. If you're wondering what that airline running into the skimmer on top is, I actually got rid of my CO2 reactor. I got sick of dealing with replacing the media all the time. So actually that line goes out to the window and gets air outside the house. So that's why you see it hooked up to the top, because I want it to continue pulling fresh air out from outside and keep the pH up, even though I'm still struggling with pH levels. But this way it'll at least be a little higher. Anyways, let's start this baby up. Well, let me get the apex going to turn on. There it goes. I'm gonna have to turn it off for a second. Alright, turn it back on just to make sure everything performs the way it needs to. Alright, let's turn her on and see how it goes. So I just adjusted the bubble level, or the skimmer pump level, to around level 3. So it's in the normal range instead of the eco or max range. Now that, yeah, I'll try it out at that level for a little bit and increase or decrease from there. But Now that that's set, let's adjust the skimmer height level to get it to where we want, and then let it settle and break in, and then we can come back after a couple days and check how it's doing. Well, I'll be checking a lot more than a couple days, but for you guys, in a couple days we'll see how much skim it and how well it's doing. This thing is definitely massive. I will definitely need to make changes to this sump area down here. But I really like the fact that I could turn it off and turn it back on without having to blow in the airline to get it started again. Hopefully it continues to be that way. I never had any problems with my other bubble blaster pumps from Reef Octopus or my other skimmers from Reef Octopus, so we'll see how it goes. Oh, and another feature, there's a float valve in here, which of course the other skimmer didn't have, but this is awesome to have. Hopefully it'll save any flooding or anything else. So if the water level gets too high, I have it set to that point. If it gets to where that little notch is, it'll automatically turn off the pump, and you'll avoid spills of nasty skimmit back into the system. It's happened a couple times with the Nios one, and I definitely was not happy about it, but this is a nice little safety feature that Reef Octopus has and a few other companies have, that I am definitely happy to have now, to add on a little more feature, a little more level of security for me, especially when, you know, I'm not at home, I'm out of town for whatever reason, and you know, my tank sitter is not an experienced fish keeper, so the minimum I can have them do, the better, and and at least I feel better leaving the tank. Anyways, let's check back in a few days or a week or so and see how it's going, and hopefully this thing pumps out a lot better than the Nios one, and hopefully it's a lot less messy and annoying. Alright, what's up guys? Here we are back, probably a month and a half later. I wanted to give this thing time to break in and get settled in and do its thing, and this thing has been a machine. It's legitimately a monster. It pulls out gunk like you don't even know. It's so gross cleaning it out, but the amount of stuff it pulls out is crazy. I am not having the issue with the crazy foam flying everywhere out of it, so it solved that issue. I can't say how much happier I am with this skimmer. It pulls out gunk like this consistently. It's even allowed me to feed a little more to the corals, because I'm not worried about it being able to pull the stuff out. Also, whenever I feed the corals and dose aminos and things like that, I shut it off without having to worry about, when I turn it back on, having to blow air into the airline to prime it or anything like that. It turns right back on as soon as I hit the power button. It's been consistent and awesome. I haven't had it overflow, so I haven't had to test the overflow valve over there that shuts off the pump. So everything's been great. I honestly can't complain at all. It's been a great upgrade, and definitely better peace of mind than my Nios skimmer. I've gone out of town for the weekend and had peace of mind that if the power blipped off or anything like that, it was going to start right back up. We actually did have a power outage because of a storm one day over a couple weekends ago, and as soon as the power came back on, it started right back up. And also with the float valve in there, I have better peace of mind as well. I don't have to worry about it overflowing and going crazy because it's gonna shut the pump off. All in all, great upgrade. If you're thinking about a new skimmer or anything like that, definitely look into the Reef Octopus line. It's an awesome skimmer, nice and large, big collection cup that pulls massive amounts of gunk, and definitely an awesome upgrade. So I'm excited to continue to see how much this keeps pulling out and how it keeps performing. But thanks again for all of you for watching. Thanks for your support. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next update. Peace out.